Hi, I'm Jordan with Subaru of Rochester, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the new 2026 Outback. We're going to go look at the vehicle, and I'm going to go over a lot of the features that makes this car and the redesign so interesting, I would say. So just touching on the exterior of the vehicle here, it does look quite a bit different from the 2025 model. The 2026 is actually a 98% redesign over the outgoing model. A lot of that is the exterior as well as the interior, which we'll see. It does not have as much of a station wagon look, but you still get all the benefits of a station wagon. This being a wilderness, it does look a little bit more unique. Just going off of my personal experience here, the exterior of the vehicle, it has been, some people have been apprehensive, I'll say, to adjust to the new styling. That being said, with every customer that I've ever worked with, they love it the more that they look at it. And that seems to really be the theme with not only my customers, but all my coworkers' customers as well. It is a design that really does grow on you. With my experience driving the Outback, I can honestly say that it does drive and feel like an Outback in all the best ways possible. That with a longer wheelbase, it still feels like a wagon. Things like a smoother ride, it does have a lot less road noise. That combined with a lot less engine noise, it's just a much nicer place to be. That with the upgraded infotainment as well as the interior, like I said, it's just a much nicer interior and a lot more comfortable than the outgoing model. Moving on to the trunk space here, obviously that is actually one of the most things that the Outback is known most for. You definitely get a ton of trunk space back here. You can lay down and camp back here. A lot of people do. Subarus are really popular with pet owners. Subaru loves pets, as we like to say. You can also look here on the side of the car, and they have a couple of different Easter eggs for pet owners. There's one for a little dog here, and it shows you the cargo dimensions. And then you also have a couple graphics here that show just a couple dogs here with the seats up and down. And then there's also one here with all the uses for the Outback as well that you can use and see. Sharing a story about a customer that I recently had, this is actually the one that it most recently purchased from me. They have a few different animals, and one of the big selling points and one thing that really got them to buy this vehicle was just how much room they had back here. They felt like they could fit all, I think it was like 5 dogs they said they had, all 5 of their dogs back here. So that's really one of the big selling points. And they actually have they bought a little pet ramp that goes up here too, so their dogs can climb in there, because they did have a couple elderly ones, but that is just something that goes to show how they kind of accommodate people with pets. So in the interior space as well, it does actually have a very similar interior space. It actually has more than the outgoing model, which is something that a lot of our customers really wanted. They wanted more height in the vehicle, which you do definitely get now. And you have a very similar amount of cargo space. You actually have more. We're gonna touch on the camera first. And now this only comes on the limited XT model and above, but we push this little view button right here, and then you get this really nice view that takes up the whole screen here, and you get a few different camera angles. Of course, you get that top-down one there that really doesn't change. This is your rear bumper. This is another angle for that as well. Then you get another top-down view. You also get cameras on your side mirrors, and then a few different angles for the front bumper as well. The other feature that this vehicle comes with is going to be the hands-free driving. Now, this is only on the Touring and the Wilderness model, but when you have this on, you do have to have the adaptive cruise and all the driving aids on to do this, but when you have it on, it will just drive the car for you. The other feature that I like to point out is, of course, this nice screen here. It is fully digital now, and then you have a few different modes on the screen that you can select through. This one does have a unique background with it being the Wilderness with the mountains back there, but we'll cycle through the screens here. This is the normal screen with your tach and your speedometer and your gas gauge. You push this button, and then you do get the built-in navigation here. I do have my phone hooked up, so it will use my phone's navigation right here. So I think that's a really nice feature. And then this will be your eyesight mode. So when you have all your eyesight stuff set up, it's a lot easier to see. And then this will be your calm mode. This is most useful when you're like driving at night and you don't want a lot of distractions. And then we hit the button here one more time, and then you're back to your normal mode. Another really cool thing about the Outback here is it does have this little infotainment screen here, and then it does show your Outback and your specific model. You can actually see that it's a Wilderness model on here. And if I push the brake, you can see that all the brake lights turn on to let you know that they're on. And I'll push the hazards here just to show you. You can have all those graphics on at the same time. It'll also show you if your blinker's on or anything like that. And then if there's somebody that with their blind spot, it'll show you on the screen as well. Moving on to the screen here, This is the only Subaru that comes with this screen. It is brand new for 2026. It does come with an updated processor in it, so it has a much higher refresh rate. It's a lot smoother to the touch, as you can see. That was one of the biggest things that people did complain about with the previous generation. The screen was a little slower, so that was something that they really focused on. And as you can see here, you know, it's really smooth to the touch, very responsive. So one thing that Subaru does that is really unique to their vehicles is they have driver profiles. And basically what that is that you can put in your name, you can put in a couple of things like your device, which device you prefer, and it will also remember your seat position when it scans your face. So it'll do a facial scan, it'll remember your seat and your mirror position, so that way if you or somebody else drives the car, you can set up a profile for each of you. This is how you set up a driver profile. It's really easy. When you're on the main screen here, you'll just click this little icon that looks like a person in the bottom left, and then since we're on guest, we haven't set one up yet, we'll just click on the driver profile at the top here, and we'll hit add. We'll hit one here, you select your language, obviously, and then I'll put in my name, hit OK, hit enter, and then you can pick an icon. We'll just go with the default here, and then we'll hit next. Just for the sake of time, we're just gonna hit next here, but this is where you would adjust your side mirrors and your seat to the desired position, and it will remember it with the scan of your face. And then now we're gonna go ahead and scan our face here. So as you can see, it'll say slowly turn your face and alternate between looking left and right outside the mirrors until you hear a beep. So I'll do that now. And then now we're all done. We'll hit finish. And then if I wanted to, I could also add a device to this right here and hit manage devices, and then once we have one connected, it will tie it to my driver profile. One thing that's really cool with the Outback is that when it scans your face, it will actually remember which device you have assigned to that profile. Whenever you guys get in, it'll just scan your face and it'll automatically know whose device it should prefer. Now we're going to show you how to pair a phone. It's actually really easy to do it, and you actually get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wirelessly through here, so you don't have to plug it in anymore. You still can, but you don't have to. We'll just go to the phone icon here. And then we're gonna hit, do you wanna pair a device? We're gonna hit pair, and then we're gonna go to our settings here. And then I have an Android, so I'll show you how it works here. We're just gonna go to connections, and we'll go to Bluetooth. And then I'm gonna scroll down, have quite a bit of devices. And then we're gonna wait for Outback to show up. We hit Outback. And then we'll just make sure our PIN numbers match, and it looks like they do. So we'll go ahead and hit pair. Would you like to enable Android Auto? We're gonna hit allow on my phone, and then we're gonna hit yes on the screen here. And then you got it. It's really easy, really simple, really easy to use. And if you need to get back to that Subaru home screen, you hit the little dots here and you hit Outback. And so now I'm gonna show you here how to tie that phone to your driver profile. It's actually really easy since I'm the only one that's registered in this vehicle right now. The only device that I have paired will actually make it the default device, but you'll go in here and go to manage devices, and then you hit the little star here. I already went ahead and did it, but you can hit this little star here to favorite it, and that will select the priority device. So moving on to some of the safety features on the car, things like the adaptive cruise control. I'll show you where to configure a lot of those settings. So we'll hit the little cog icon down here, and then you can see we have a whole category just for eyesight and your driving assistance. So we'll go ahead and click on that. This will be things like your proactive driver assist, your collision avoidance. They think this is a big one. So this is your pre-collision braking. I honestly recommend to all of my guests to never turn this off. It can really save your life, but it'll try and stop the vehicle if it feels like you're gonna get into a collision. You can also configure your blind spot warning, your rear cross traffic warning through here. I always encourage people to kind of play around with this, figure out what they do and don't like, especially with the lane departure setting here, because you have a setting that can pull you back into the lane if you would like, or you can just have it beep at you to let you know that you're going outside of the lines. Cruise management here, this will be your adaptive cruise control. This will control like how fast you want to accelerate. Obviously standard is the normal, dynamic will be faster, comfort or eco will be slower. And then you have a forward vehicle alert, will let you know if the vehicle ahead of you moved, if you're on your phone or something. Moving on to the lane departure settings here, the emergency lane keep assist, this will basically pull you over if it feels like you're gonna get into a collision. Like it says, it will automatically steer if it detects a collision. This is useful if you like fall asleep at the wheel or something like that. You know, Subaru obviously thinks about that stuff. The lane departure prevention, it's just designed to pull you back into the lane whenever you kind of go outside of it, or if you're drifting a little bit. Most people actually leave this off. The warning is just fine for most people, but the warning, it'll just beep beep at you. You'll get a notification on your infotainment here in the middle as well. But that's really all the settings here. The warning timing is exactly what it sounds like. If you want it to delay a little bit, or if you want it on normal to go to happen right when you go outside of the line, you can do that as well. A lot of guests ask me, what is the distraction mitigation system? And basically what it is you have a little information blurb here, but basically it's just gonna beep at you if it feels like you're doing something unsafe. It'll tell you to keep your eyes on the road, keep your hands on the wheel, stuff like that. You know, if it feels like you're looking away for too long, you know, if you're looking at some scenery or something, it'll just remind you to look straight at the road and stuff like that. That's really one of the big features on this car. That does kind of go hand in hand with determining if you're falling asleep at the wheel as well. So the camera for the distraction mitigation system is actually right on top of the infotainment here. It's this little black strip up here that'll keep an eye on you when you're driving the vehicle. So make sure you don't put any stickers or have anything that, you know, could potentially disrupt the vision of that, because it could compromise some of your safety features. One of the other biggest changes with the Outback from the 25 to the 26 is actually going to be the climate controls. Now on the 25, they were all on the screen, and you know, people really weren't the biggest fans of that, so they did move them to physical buttons now, which I think is a lot more convenient, a lot easier to use. So does the 2026 Outback have a good engine? Well, you know, you get two options. You can get our standard 2.5 liter, which makes 181 horsepower. We put that on a lot of our models. It's solid, it's reliable, but you also get the 2.4 liter turbo engine, which is actually the same motor that we put in our WRX, which makes very similar power, not quite as much, but it is definitely a sportier engine. I think the car drives a little better with that one, just because, you know, it is a little bit bigger than the other models, so that added power does make it a little smoother and a little nicer to drive, in my opinion. They're both reliable and they're both great, as you would expect from the Subaru.